Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Table Throw Show, a weekly Dungeons and Dragons stream from 20 past 8 till God knows what time at 9. Fashionably late is what I like to call it. Right.
Sorry, everybody who's tuning in.
I don't many people are watching the stream, but it's fine for everyone else.
If you are, and you're like sat at home, it's Wednesday, or you're watching this on YouTube.
Hi.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Hi, dude.
Alright, so let's have a Putin-tastic time.
Alright, yeah, okay, show is cancelled. We're going to talk about Vladimir Putin for the next 40, 50 minutes.
What's
What's your favourite animal
so
Putin is written on?
My favourite animal Putin has written on is a furry shark, after seeing that picture.
Good choice.
Alright, so
My spirit animal.
do you guys want to do a recap then? And because we
Yes.
did,
Wait,
we
change
did,
the subject.
we did miss the last session, so.
Oh yeah, last week. DM's voice turned into Gollum. You know, typical.
Well, it wasn't just my voice. Anyway, so.
Woke up one morning just.
That's news.
Alright, so basically last time you guys would, after landing in this very strange cave, after escaping from prison, you would meet a strange half-orc man who would be very silent, seemingly giving not much away when you tried to insight check him, and all these various things. You would follow him to a tavern, and in this tavern you would book a room and sleep the night, and that's all you guys got accomplished. But we'll move on. We'll move on from that part. Basically,
we got our rooms, didn't we?
yeah, you went to Wendy's tavern, and
Wendy's. Oh yeah, I remember Wendy.
and you practically just got some rooms. You interrogated her on the castle itself and the local area. Your owl was being sassy as always to Oragath. And beyond that, not really much happened. You guys slept for the night, and then we ended the session. So, we get into the swing of things. If anyone would like to do anything in the evening, let me know. Otherwise, we'll go on to the morning.
Sleep.
Alright.
Oh god, I'll do that in real life.
Athena barely gets through the door before she collapsed into this bed. This wood elf.
Right.
Seemingly, it could have gone terribly, but luckily she went into the right room and not some of her patrons' room. But
I
yes.
don't know. I could happily walk into another room if you get one.
What are you trying to do there? I'd happily go into someone else's room. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
In the night, before Chim goes to bed, she kind of knocks on a really random door and then just legs it away and runs into her room.
It's my door.
Make a stealth check. Make a stealth check, and I'm gonna roll it.
Start a
Very
fight.
Is Chim playing Fantasy Knock a Door Run?
Yes.
What?
Yes, Chim is.
This is what you
Hang
get.
on, just a second.
This is a very bad idea.
Very angry dragon opens the
Just need
door.
to find.
Have I got a roll?
No.
It's I know whose room it is right now. So
Oh, I said I wanted it to be mine 'cause it'd be funny. But, alright.
Oh.
Oh, I bet it's
Sorry,
Tia.
I need to find.
You're just gonna burst into flames.
do. But yeah, you kind of come up to this this door, simple door like all the rest of them, very uniform tavern. The doors are all kind of to the left of the main room. You go in there, no one seems to be up, and in the candlelight you knock on a random door.
14. Don't leg it.
All right.
Fast as my
So
little legs.
can
Right.
interestingly enough, I believe you all did buy separate rooms. I believe, yes.
I think, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So this would be the random one. Pav, can you make me a perception check, please? You have-
Pav has got like the
would've
lowest
known.
intelligence.
You have.
I would have known that it was Pav's room, and I didn't choose Pav's room.
Okay, so we'll say that
That
you
would have been a
chose.
that would have been a 2.
Right. So you didn't knock on Pav's room then.
No, I would have known it was Pav's room.
You're having a fantastic dream, Pav, and you bet your great friend Chim, isn't knocking on doors. I'll do a reroll then, and take that out, so I'll use this dice.
God damn it.
That would be... Yes, okay. Oh god, right. I need to know something. I'd hope...
It's tears, isn't it?
Oh, it's so tears.
Oh god.
There will be tears.
There will be.
Jim.
Tim's a happy soul, alright?
Oh.
Jim's like, relax.
You knock on Todd's room. What?
Whoa. That is an 18.
Oh lord.
So as you knock,
Angry claws.
And-
strike against the-
Can I roll for how fast I run away?
you don't even need to roll for that. You have the speed to make it, but she knows someone's done it. That is more of the problem. You knock on the door and you run, and you hide your footsteps okay, but there's a slight creak in the floorboards, and you hear the movement in the other room. As you look back at the door, you see that there's a faint orange glow that goes through the cracks and underneath the door.
Oh.
You have pissed off a fire sorcerer. You make it into your room.
I do.
You're kind of got that little buzz of adrenaline.
Yeah.
But you successfully played Fantasy Knockador Run.
Yes. I
Just
hide
write
under
this
the
down,
duvet
actually,
and giggle
not-
a lot
not-
and then go to sleep.
Not run on Tia.
The rest of you don't really hear that, being asleep.
I'm probably still awake, you know. I'm like,
I mean,
I imagine like Urgas sat on the side of the bed and his claw just a massive fucking panther just taking up the hot. You know how cats just decide, I'm just gonna go, hey, you're not moving me.
to stretch, your indeed claw is sprawled out across the bed.
I've let Mordio go out into the night, grab some mice, whatever. Do what he fucking wants. Grumpy bastard.
And I just imagine Athena's just collapsed on the bed. Like, didn't even bother taking off her cloak. She just face first onto the bed.
That is a point. Mordio is making it his goal to keep you awake.
I'm gonna tear his
Alright,
feathers
Gav.
out.
Alright, so with that, we shall head into the morning. You all wake up. Chim, you find yourself covered in quilts after you hid under them. Pav,
Didn't move
you
the entire night.
you had this most wonderful dream about helping kittens from trees and puppies, and it was wonderful. And you all awake to a relatively early morning. You see that there is almost a pale morning sky. It's definitely not 9 to 10 morning. It is early hours of the morning. And it is also winter, so it's relatively dark in the mornings as well. You all awake?
I'm
and-
up bright and early.
Yeah. I assume that if you guys want to get anything done, you'll just tell me.
I'm sleeping in.
I'm gonna round up as many as everyone who isn't up. Who is up? Who's up with me?
I'm up.
I'm already
I've
like
got
up dressed. I've got my sword ready. Everything. I was sharpening it last night. Really obnoxiously loud. Just.
I'm snoring. Like, Athena's just snoring, like, massive bedhead sprawled out.
Where are we going?
Tia
We're going back to
was.
the prison, right?
You noticed that Tia was the first up, Regath, you being the second up, and then it following on from the rest of the party. Kieran,
Except,
I have a
Do I
quick
have
question
to go
for
wake
you.
up?
Okay.
Were you wearing your mask when you slept, or I assume you took it off? But were you
I
wearing
bet
it?
it's stuck on your face forever.
Well, I mean, she quite likes it, so it's like a teddy. She'll just
Cuddle it.
keep it everywhere. Yeah.
All right. It's. I could have done some Jin Carrey the mask things there, but it's all right. All right. So you all wake up and you gather in the kind of central room of the tavern. Interestingly enough, you know that taverns work. It has a front desk, kind of in a very small sitting area, and then there's a door into what seems like a less of a hall, more of a landing kind of thing, where you have several rooms and there's some sitting places, and you're currently gathering people up around there, or a gaff. It's relatively simple. There is a rug, rather large rug, and several like tables and chairs which you can sit and go to. Interestingly enough, no sign of Wendy as of yet. That being the person who owns the tavern.
I would think so, yeah.
Tia is currently giving you all a look over.
Am I even awake yet?
Well, I assume you can be awake when you want to be awake. You
I'm
hear...
still asleep. Athena's just gonna sleep a lot.
I feel like we are missing
Do not
someone.
disturb.
Should we go check? Maybe go knock on a door?
You say that, Tia's eyes go to you with intense fire.
I smile sweetly.
Right. Let's go wake up Athena.
The best part about this is Pav is huge, so Pav is currently hunched over this tiny table. Alright, so you guys gonna wake up Athena then?
Yeah.
I'll stay downstairs, I can't be bothered.
So
Right. Team player.
you guys, Tia waits with Eurograph and doesn't really make conversation. So you two go up, again, simple door, very uniform with the rest of the tavern. It seems locked, but Pav, you're pretty certain you could hit it hard enough to wake up probably the entirety of the tavern if you wanted to. So.
Oh, I want to.
Alright. If you want to knock on the door, make me a strength check. Less to see. You can definitely probably wake people up with it, but more to see how loud it is.
So that's a 22, mate.
Alright.
Nice.
Athena, there's no way you could sleep through this. This huge, almost like thunder, cracks. You actually kind of push the door in nearly through from its hinges. As you hit the door once. The rest of the room seemed to be quiet. You didn't actually realise this, but you are currently the only actual patron staying there. But Athena, it sounds like there has just been a lightning bolt outside of your door, and you are struck awake. Your hair is currently occupying most of the bed. You are still in your armour and general what you could find when you went up to the second floor of the prison. You didn't actually return the longsword, so you would have that as well, for reference.
I'm just clasping it in my hand in my half-asleep state.
Alright.
Get up and turn angrily at the door.
The door does open. You didn't really lock it when you turned behind you, you just shut it. And you see standing there a very happy looking Goliath, and just behind the leg, Chim and Pav, your new companions as of recent.
Morning!
Hello.
There's eggs for breakfast.
How early it is.
Like 11 o'clock.
That is perfect.
Gonna shake my head. Just walk out.
So, do you guys go downstairs?
Yep.
Awesome. I would say that as you went upstairs, you would note that there is a strange amount of almost liquid spills on the floor, and a faint sense of alcohol leading up to the door of the room.
Oh, God.
Well, we all know what Mira is.
She is alcoholically pacified for now. So yeah.
What a sentence.
You guys make yourself. You guys make your way back downstairs. Again, simple kind of room. And Wendy still isn't present, although there is refreshments and food available.
Ooh.
Mainly bread and simple meats.
What's going on today? What's the first plan?
We need our stuff back. I've got very personal items there which I need,
So
including boob dagger 1 and 2.
Is this an assault or a theft?
I don't think an assault would be the best way to go about this. Tia kind of leans forward. I think that it would be superior for us to perhaps go see if we can find someone to interrogate, someone who knows the area and possibly knows what the castle does with any goods they have.
Fair enough.
Good plan.
We know.
Any ideas who?
We could always ask the tavern keep. She didn't know much, but she talked about a fellow wearing a strange hat.
Tavern Keep doesn't seem to be here.
Yeah.
I'll go look for her. I'm just gonna get up. I'm gonna leave Claw at the table.
Alright. Claw is still in that kind of animal. You see Claw yawn. It kind of goes over to Nia and begins to almost come over to you, offering some kind of kinship with the druid.
Go on, rub the cheek.
Yeah.
Just,
It's beginning to rub its snout across your lower leg.
Oh my
Is
goodness.
Mordio there?
Oh, Mordio's outside.
Mord-
get him in a minute.
You know where Mordio is, actually. Mordio came to your room in the early morning, just as you were getting up.
Tapping on the bloody window. Just like.
Pretty much. So you let him in, and he's currently asleep in your room. He is resting.
I'm gonna go find Wendy, see if she's around.
It's relatively.
Climb over the bar. Don't give a shit. Where is she?
You're beginning to look around, and it does seem like she's been here in the morning. She must have laid out the refreshments and food. And eventually, as you're kind of looking about, the rest of you holding a general conversation in the other room, a very frazzled-looking Wendy comes through the door. Bedhead, which puts Athena's to shame.
Nothing could put Athena's bedhead to shame.
It's not
Oh, trust me,
competition.
Wendy can. She looks extremely kind of, let's say, unprepared for the morning. Hello! Hello.
Ew.
She sees you all sitting. We're gonna have some guests. I believe I talked about him yesterday.
Something about a hat?
Yes, exactly. A hat. But not a person in a hat. Not just a hat.
That would be very interesting. Actually.
Yes. Would you guys like any cooked breakfast? I know that it's bread, but I could make something. I could do some food if you'd like.
Do you
Yeah,
have
would
any
you like
meat
anything?
at all?
There
Any,
were some.
not good meat. I mean, like leftovers or anything.
There were some.
I mean, and I point at Floor.
I don't. Does he like? I suppose I could find some.
Anything, like it could be like the stuff we don't eat, you know, entrails, all that crap.
I mean, she kind of hold on a minute and takes you out, basically to the door, and you see that there is a food, like almost like a I wouldn't say a refuse pile, but there is it's kind of that kind of thing.
All right, I'll just take some. Like,
you find basically
take
like
me to the back. Oh yes, I have a slave boy who can be. There you go.
there is
Like a
basically
child.
you can see like legs, for instance, which they'd cut meat from. It doesn't seem like they make a lot of their own produce necessarily, but maybe occasionally they have to, and this would be what they do with the rest. And there is relatively fresh. You kind of grab the fresher ones.
I'll grab some. Anyway, yeah. Carry on with the man in the hat.
Oh yes, and she runs back inside. Now this man is I don't trust him. He's very scary, and I think that it would be best if we ignore him and let him do his business. Nia, what have you done with the mask, by the way?
Right. Probably put it on by now.
Okay. She looks at Nia. Actually, he might be looking for you. He said, white man. Okay, he's not a bad man. He's just not a particularly She looks like she's thinking for a word, and it takes her about 2 minutes. He's a man in a hat. I am not the most smart of folk, but I know my people, and he's certainly a strong fellow. I wouldn't say I've ever seen him in battle, but he must be experienced. He's got, well, the occasional scar, and he looks relatively physically fit. For a second, she kind of looks to the side. Little bite of the lip. Anyway. He should be here around... she's looking up at the ceiling. Oh, yes, go that side. Should be here in maybe 10 minutes. If you wish to stay. Tia looks exceptionally bored.
I suggest everyone upstairs.
Maybe those who were incarcerated upstairs.
That is a very good idea. I'll stay
I'd
here
like
with
to-
Jim and Pav.
Yeah. I'd like
I
to
will go
see what
straight upstairs.
happens.
Have eggs for breakfast.
Actually, I have an idea. I'll send Claw up if we need any assistance. As a sign.
Oh, yeah.
She understands what I say. It's very weird. Anyway.
Alright, so you guys gonna set up basically in the tavern?
Yeah, we're just as in like we're random people. We're, stumbling in.
Yes. So, you basically, Tia, Nia, oh god, Athena, Mira's still passed out, dying. You all basically find your way, all those who are incarcerated, find your way into the upstairs kind of hall area, which leads off into the different rooms. I assume you're just gonna probably, I wouldn't say going to your separate rooms, you're kind of sticking together. You could probably go into one of the rooms you guys slept in. And you prepare yourselves. I would like to note that when it comes to weapons, Tia is going to give you some of the stuff she picked up from the prison. Or at least, I'm saying she picked it up. There was a mace, which she seems to give to you. She beckons of you, Athena, for the longsword.
I'm keeping it.
Okay. She seems to give up on you. And will happily... Interestingly enough, she looks like she's trying to do something, and she's surprised that she's able to do it. She's just doing a few cantrips is all. Alright, so, those downstairs, I
I'm having
assume...
breakfast.
Are you just eating,
I'm
are you all
hungry.
eting and kind of sitting around the same table, or are you spread out?
Yeah, and I just Claw is just chewing into some.
Yeah, I would like to point out that Wendy does actually bring a little bowl of water for Paul.
Oh,
Claw.
very nice.
Yes.
Paul.
Paul. A little bit of
Paul.
water for Paul. Alright. So around 10 minutes pass. You guys all kind of hold your gaze steady on the
I'm
doorway.
waiting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how punchable is this guy? I'm waiting.
You'll find out.
Alright.
The slow opening of a door greets you guys. It's the main door to the tavern. A darkened silhouette begins to walk in, and as it does, you see the features of what looks like a very strangely dressed man wearing a long black duster coat. On his head is a triangular tricorn hat. It looks like not really common dress, but certainly it's recognized as more upper class, or someone who's been in the upper class regions before.
Is it like Robin Hood's hat but black?
No, a tricorn hat is, well, if you Google it, you'll get a
Jack
picture.
Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, kind of.
Oh.
This long black kind of duster coat he's wearing has a kind of an extra bit of fabric covering the shoulders. You see now that he wears several belts, 3 of them around the waist and one kind of like a bandolier. On his arms he wears these very uniquely and finely crafted gauntlets, golden with almost platinum engravings on them. Nothing specific, quite general. He wears a facial mask, which is made of black fabric, which covers just under his eyes, which he rolls down as he enters. His long, almost knee-high boots. His whole facade is basically dark. You see that out of the pockets of one of his coats he has a pendant hanging. The man takes a few steps into the room, and as he lowers the face mask, a almost greying dark beard is shown. This man looks like he's humanoid, definitely, although you're not sure what race specifically. He's very well covered.
Look like he listens to My Chemical Romance. Wait, hang on. My Alchemist Romance.
Constantly playing in his.
Yes, it's his favourite group of bards. My Alchemy Romance.
Oh, nice.
But he seems to take his own table. And Wendy kind of comes and behind him points and starts nodding and mouthing, "That's the one." Just pointing over to... It's great that you can't see this because I look like a total idiot right now. Basically pointing towards him and mouthing, "That's the one." And as he looks back, she kind of does her hair a little bit. She's not being very good at being nonchalant.
Oh, alright. I thought she was like pointing at us, going, "There, them, get him."
No.
No, okay, alright, okay. I thought like she was selling us out. Alright, yeah, we know it's him.
How close is he to us?
He takes
Like,
his...
if we talked, could he hear us?
Yes, he is 15 feet. I'd say about 15 feet away. It's not a very spacious kind of room for lots of patrons, but it's relatively... There's enough space, but it's quite cramped.
Just in the background, then I start talking. I just ramble about Talvor and how great he is.
All right, you talk about.
If either of the other two talk, it can be drowned out by me talking about God.
All right.
Cool. So,
I think Uragat's gonna like pretend. I don't think religious. I don't know. Maybe it's just gonna like chip and go, "Oh yeah," like, and just pretend that we haven't noticed the weird guy coming.
Yeah.
we're gonna go
It's just
talk.
turned into weird like spaghetti western. The Good, Bad, and the Ugly starts playing.
He kind of looks at the barmaid and does a hand gesture, calling her over almost, Wendy. Kind of frazzled as usual. "Hello, is there anything you would like?"
God. Oh no, I thought that was his voice.
Hey!
Hello. This dark, like grim facade. Oh, hello.
Hello, Wendy. It has been a long time since I have seen you.
Oh, nice.
I do not know how long. I have lost the time. You see her eyes kind of...
Just an X.
You killed my father, but then die.
Just pulls out a gun and shoots her in... No. You see her eyes kind of squint for a second, and there's a moment of realization which she can't contain. I didn't realize it was... Okay. Well, what are you doing here? That is private business. Okay. Wendy goes off and begins preparing a hot drink. Looks like a tea.
Mia, oh my god, that is... Sorry.
It's alright.
Spanish
So-
Buzz Lightyear. Definitely.
So, this man, Wendy comes over and brings him a tea. Her tone has changed. She looks concerned. She looks, not necessarily of the character, just in general. She seems like she's less kind of joyful and spiritful as she was before. the man is sitting, drinking his tea, and pulls out a small journal, which he had hanging kind of from the inside of the coat on a latch. It seemed to be chained to the actual
I'd love to
inside.
read that thing. His dark side is very like really kind of bland.
It's just My Alchemy romance lyrics.
I feel sad today.
If you want to take a look at the book, you can. He's just got it open on the desk. He looks like he pulls out some kind of, interestingly, of more pencil-like equipment, and begins to. Well, you can see what he's doing if you make an insight check and kind of look at.
Alright. I was just being stupid.
He begins to do what looks like some kind of notation, possibly drawing. You're not too sure, but yes.
Wait, is he sat at the bar?
Not at the bar. He's kind of at a separate kind of rounded table. One of the legs is being held up by like a flannel.
I don't know who he is. How do we initiate conversation? How do we do stuff in these situations which require
It's very
social
helpful
skills?
that Chim is blah blah blahing about God over this. Let me just make it. Okay.
I'm very friendly. I might go talk to him. That's how you normally start conversations, right?
Yes, Pav, it is.
Pav just stands up and goes and sits at his table.
As you sit at the table, you see that he is drawing what looks like triangles, but you're not sure. I mean, they're triangles. Why would a man draw triangles? And they've got these weird little
Illuminati
curved
controls.
lines in the triangles, and there seems to be these things called numbers written down. You're not sure what he's doing. But yes, you see various very... it's only about an A5 page size, but you see various extremely detailed, almost, depictions of what looks like, I don't know, something. It's certainly beyond your understanding, Pav. But there is also various numbers. You know what numbers are.
Yeah. There's at least 3 of them.
Oh, for
And-
God's sake.
Use them for counting up to 3.
Pav is saying
I
this
thought
out
you were
loud.
going to say, like, yeah, there are 3 numbers. There is 3, 5, and 7.
Yeah. I know 7. What's this? 7?
What is this 7 you speak of?
No,
As-
1, Z, and 3.
As you kind of sit, the man there, looking at his what looks like some kind of journal. You're not sure what kind. Greetings.
I like your squiggles.
Thank you. It's
How
rare to
creepy
see
is
a
that?
Goliath like yourself around here. May I ask what is your business?
Of God and punching a few things. Mostly, that's what I like doing. What are you in town for?
Well, I'm looking for. Let's just say I have some allies I would like to find.
I would like to
It's not easy. It's a very big place, this world. Easy to get lost.
Well, I've got eyes and I haven't got lost yet. Do you want to describe them? I'll see where I've seen them around.
Certainly. I'm looking for people who look like travelers, possibly. More specifically, a small man. I can't really describe him to you, mainly because he doesn't exactly look the same every time you see him. You've probably heard the name, though. The name Bokar. He's a collector of sorts, and
heard
he's got
Can
some
I make a
business with
check?
me.
See if Urogath has ever heard this name before?
Bokar. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Oh god, I need what my things. Would be what? History?
Yeah, make a history check.
Alright, I'm gonna blow into the dice. That is a 13.
Alright. You've heard the name Bokar, but you don't know much. You know that Bokar is... You can make one as well if you'd like, Jim.
Sure.
He's a well-renowned connector. He's got... There's no real evidence of his existence. It's kind of like a fabled kind of thing. Although he is said to be real, and it's not like he's anything special. He's just a collector of rare items.
What check is this?
It is a history check.
Is that under wisdom?
It is under intelligence.
Ah, okay, hang on. Balls. 18.
Yep,
That's
don't
quite
try.
good.
Bokar is a name, and it takes you a second to remember, but yeah, you've heard Bokar before. A very rich collector.
Just say, yeah, I've heard that name before.
There's a lot of controversy with this character. Again, all you've really heard is that he doesn't do business himself. He sends representatives who all go under the name Bokar. You're not sure why he would do this. People suggest that he runs some kind of criminal syndicate, but it all seems like very highly speculated rumor rather than any kind of truth. But yeah, you've heard the name before. It's a collector.
I probably only heard him from these guys, but is he more distinctive than that? Because I've heard his name, but I'm really sorry, but most men are little to me.
That is a very good point. This man is changing, if you would. He never sticks to one form. I would guess the best way of knowing him is someone who wears a lot of finely crafted items. That he cannot change. The magic in the items he holds is too powerful to be hidden. If you've seen a man who has a strange magic, wearing lots of jewels and various jewelry, that is Bokar.
May I ask, how long have you been searching for this man? Because, as you say, if he changes form, depending on how long ago you saw him, he could be anyone.
He kind of takes his hat off. He reveals half-elven ears. This man is indeed a half-elf, greying black hair.
Spanish half-elf.
Rodrigo! No. Greying long hair.
Zordo.
Which is kind of tied back into a ponytail, which is relatively short, but it kind of flat back against his neck. He keeps it kind of hidden behind the coat. So, sorry, what did you ask him? You asked him how long he'd been looking for. Yes.
Yeah.
I have been looking for some time now. I'd say around 6 months. Unfortunately, my, let's just say he's not a very good man. And, I have some unfinished business with him.
Well, I'm thinking, right? Obviously, I can't metagame. Damn it, this is really irritating.
What?
It's like, would I get the others to come down?
You can, yeah, you just send Claw.
I'm gonna
While.
stroke Claw just to get her attention from stop eating, you say, and then Claw up, and I like point to the stairs.
Claws, almost emerald green eyes look at you, and there's almost a nod as perfectly understands what you said, and goes up the stairs. And while this is happening, the man kind of says, "It's not easy to find a man with many faces." But
I'm gonna actually say, if you're looking for this man, there are some people, some of our friends. They're upstairs. Last night, quite tired. They'll be down in a minute.
I see. Well, maybe I may be able to get the information I'm looking for.
Yeah.
The rest of you all see as Claw, this beautiful jet black panther with emerald green eyes, walks up and seems to be signaling you down. Intriguingly enough, using motions you can kind of understand, but it seems to be trying to get you guys to come down. It's basically pointing its body back down the stairs and looking at its head at you and then down the stairs.
Well, looks like we've got to go help. I'm just gonna start heading down.
A long sigh from Tyr as she follows you. Do you follow as well, Kirin, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to make myself look as threatening as possible.
With your bedhead and like the one bloodshot eye that you currently have from
Good
awkwardly
luck with
sleeping, it's very possible.
Like a crazy lady.
I'll put my hood up. I'll put my hood up.
Okay, so instead you go for the more kind of hey, I'm a badass, don't touch me.
Yes.
Showing the elven longsword as you kind of walk down the stairs, your cape wrapping around you and the hood guising your entire face, basically. The gloves that you got, in fact, you didn't get the gloves back, did you? We'll say you did. I'll be nice.
Yeah.
Since you paid for them.
I'm just imagining this Spanish. Is he an elf or half elf?
He's a half elf.
Just suddenly turn, just see, just Athena, just like, oh my god. Oh, what is it, señorita? Oh god.
He watches all of you walk down. Greetings. I assume you are the ones he was talking about. Tia kind of looks around. What kind of things did he say? I assure you, only
Just
the
want
best
to know
things.
some information about some guy.
Indeed. He kind of, you see him kind of, he looks at the chain in his pocket and goes, it will be noon soon. So, I will hopefully get this done with quickly. Please, take a seat. And he kind of pulls, he stands up for a second, pulls the table closer. And kind of basically makes what, a semi, I mean, you could all sit at it if you'd like, but he's basically trying to get people so he can ask the questions he wants to ask. He looks like he's getting ready to set up conversation, basically, with all of the people that are currently there, that being the party.
I'll take a seat. I shall sit down.
As you kind of begin approaching, he pulls out a chair for you, and then begins to basically go back to his seat. So does everyone sit at the table, or do some people stay back? It's up to you guys.
Oh, so
I'll sit at the table.
I'll sit down. I'll move and sit down.
Alright, so basically everyone kind of sits at the table. Kirin finds a way to a seat. The mask seems to catch his eye, the white mask, and the sword as well. I see that you wear the white mask, Dragonborn. Do you know what it means?
It's some kind of special wood, and it looks awesome.
You see a smile kind of cross his face. As you can see him now, you see that there is almost a cut on his upper lip, which kind of scars, and you can see that the beard doesn't quite grow there over the scar. It does look pretty awesome. Real quick, Pav and Chim, can you two roll me a straight wisdom roll? Like.
Oh, I'm good at wisdom.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm not. That's a 6.
Well,
Alright. So, Chim, you're just. I mean, you started ranting about God and you haven't realised, but you're still going in your head. and Pav, yeah, there were talks of people wearing white masks. A bit like that, you know. I mean, they're white and the masks, so what does it matter? But you've heard something about it.
Quality work from the God Squad.
The one and only.
I need to give you guys like your own bind, like an electric guitar solo. Well, we have many things to discuss, and I'll start with this, and that's where we're going to end the session.
You bastard.
oh, you
Why?
snaked on us there.
Come on. Wow. So the notes I got were fantastic. Not run on tier. Athena won't get up. A man in a hat equals Spanish.
You started having
Alright.
Tia hand out weapons, and I was like, shit, we're gonna be fighting the guy.
I thought, because I was thinking, like, is he gonna come in? Is he just, and then, like, are we suddenly just gonna have to get up and, like, interrogate him? But he was like, oh, Bokar. It was just really hard not to bet again, because I'm not Todd. I have a different character. It really irritates me.
Alright. Thank you everybody for watching the stream and or watching this
It's
on
a
YouTube.
shorter episode, but thank you.
It is, yeah, but
nonetheless.
it's not really a bad thing. I think everyone enjoyed that, hopefully.
Actually, it's the last, well, not last week, the week before been uploaded to YouTube yet.
It is not, but we don't need to worry about that. It will be done.
It will be, don't worry.
Will be done.
Yeah.
It will be done.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.